Hello, we're Bonnie and Greg Dixon from StoryVan TV.
And today we are going to be interviewing Cheryl Brewster. And she is just someone, I have to tell a backstory here. We met online in a business networking. And we had a virtual coffee. And then what was fascinating is we realized we'd met each other before, years before. And so isn't that interesting? We were meant to come back together. And I actually feel like we're sisters from another mother. We had so much fun in our virtual coffee. And so I just want to tell you a few things about Cheryl before we start. She is a personal and business intuitive. She's a speaker. She's a coach. She's an ordained minister. And she's a life celebrant. In addition, she has comprehensive tools to support emotional intelligence. I've experienced that with her. She can help you with expanded communication skills. Absolutely. Resiliency. We all need a little bit more of that. And living your life on purpose for a life of no regrets. Ooh, that feels good. So one of the biggest takeaways I got was Cheryl can help you find clarity through uncertainty. And we all know that's going on right now. So Cheryl, I just want to thank you for coming on today. And can you tell us a little bit of maybe not only about you, but how you want to be with the people out there that come to you? What is it that you're offering? Tell us more.
Sure. Well, first of all, I just want to thank you for having me as your guest. I just love StoryVan. As soon as I saw your information, I thought I have to meet these people. I love what you're up to because it's in sharing our stories. I think we're in a time right now that we're really coming back to grassroots. We're really taking a look at values and what's most important to us, and really recognizing that we're living in a time in history where we have to kind of guard those values, because if we're not clear on what makes us come alive and keeps us staying alive and, feeling that joy of life, that is very easy to go off the rails. And part of the passion and purpose in my life is working with business people who are going through change. And it can be change that's unexpected, much like our pandemic. That was a little unexpected, but really has totally shifted the way that we need to operate. We need to be in alignment with our values. And so from a global perspective, the people that I feel drawn to support and encourage and educate in using intuition as the focus tool for moving forward is that when we practice deep listening to what's most important to us, we'll create businesses and opportunities that maintain the joy of life. And I spoke to a group yesterday, and I was talking about creating a business that doesn't bankrupt the soul. And our planet and our global economy needs business people who are really alive, so that we're bringing services that make a difference, but we're doing so from a place of resilience and a place of innovation and a place of creativity. And we all have that within us. But of course, we also have past conditioning and all these things that the fear of uncertainty is a big one. And when you need to make a change and you're not quite too sure what that is, that can be really difficult to work with. So my joy and passion is saying, okay, let's look at this. And so that ability to take resistance or fear of uncertainty of what's holding us back and leverage it and use that as a lifting point, so that now whatever it is that we want to create can come from a place of excitement. It can come from a place of clarity. And when that happens, there is an enthusiasm and a joy that expands that creative process. So we're meeting the right people. We're using the right languaging in our marketing. We're actually having a lot of fun doing business in these really, really exciting ways. So that's part of why I do this, is because I know what it's like to go through difficulty, obstacles that really, if you're not careful, can take you out. So I am a resilient story myself in overcoming burnout and personal tragedy or difficulty, and being able to come back and go, okay, there's something really important here, and we each have something very, very important to bring into the world at this time. And I know that was super long-winded, but there you go, in a nutshell.
No, it was actually many, many juicy details. And so what I heard, one of the things is, and I've experienced, is meeting business owners that are maybe trying things, but it's just not quite gelling.
Yeah.
And they're in frustration.
Yes.
And in addition, I've met business owners. I met one just yesterday. He had to close one of his retail locations down, cost him thousands of dollars to break out his lease. He's like, oh my gosh, and I may have to do this with another location. Mm-hmm. And so it's, in a way, they're in a like, deer in the headlights. This is hitting really hard. Yeah. And it's like using the resiliency factor. I heard that really loud and clear. How to go through that, such as the Stoics, how to move through and know that it may happen again in our lifetime. Other things may happen. And what you share now with your clients will benefit them the rest of their life if you can share with them, which you will, and they learn these tools, they'll be able to overcome and go around any obstacle that happens. And we all know that something will happen, but we don't have to fear it. We don't have to fear it. So share with us maybe something that's simple that someone could do right away to just go, whoo, they're caught up.
Yeah, absolutely. This uncertainty and when you're going through a difficult experience and either losing a lot of money or have lost a lot of money and needing to redesign, like that's tough stuff. So one of the most powerful tools that I love to share is just the power of visualization. Because when you're going through that, the chemical reactions in the body just take over. So I teach the ABCs of intuition, which is, okay, I'm going to be aware. I'm going to take a moment and just breathe, right? And just be very aware of what's happening. And to remember that things happen for me and not to me. And as we embrace that as a foundation of life, then we're opening up to this bigger picture. And when we're going through difficulty, as the example you just gave, the important thing I think to remember is that despite apparent circumstances, because yes, this is a current difficulty. However, there are opportunities that are also hidden beneath that difficulty. And Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, every obstacle holds within it an equal or greater benefit. Mm-hmm. So to use the power of visualization, if that's the case, then how can what's the good thing about what's just happened? Mm-hmm. There's something in here somewhere that is good. Mm-hmm. And so when we expand our awareness or ask questions, the subconscious seeks to find those answers. And so, at first blush, it's like there's nothing good about this. And it's like, well, wait a minute. There are peaks and valleys. I'm in a valley right now. That doesn't mean I'm going to stay here forever. And we fail forward. We learn from things that have happened that are outside our control or inside our control. But when we really make it a decision, I'm going to use this to build my success. I'm going to use this. And it goes back to the Stoic philosophy that you mentioned. The obstacle is the way. The impediment is the path. And that's why I think that we're in a time where it's like, okay, this happened. How am I going to make it work for me? Mm-hmm. It's a very important question. How can I make this work for me? And we all know the stories of failures that have ended up being amazing things. The Post-it note is a good example of that. So, so there's hope here. And I think that's what I love about this whole philosophy of everything happens for me and not to me, is that it inspires hope. It inspires possibility. And it also speaks to this limitless potential inside each of us. to be creative, to be transformative. And the only other tip that I would leave very, very quickly in terms of visualization would be, what's a better feeling thought in this moment? What's a better feeling thought? And just asking that can actually change the course of a person's life, because it's immediate relief.
That, I literally got chills hearing you say that. It can be immediately helpful.
Immediately.
What I do know about you, Cheryl, is you're now creating masterminds. And when we are with people, more than one person, several people or more, we can often then create more than. And said, can you tell me what that would look like to be in a mastermind and be around people of maybe not like-minded at first, but as people get to learning, knowing the skill sets that are brought together can often also dynamically change what's going on for a person. Can you share a bit more about masterminds that you offer?
Sure. Well, I love my masterminds because and because they truly are, I want to say, transformative and life-changing. In the masterminds, what we're doing is it's like, okay, we all have intuition. We all have this creative genius inside of us, but we don't take the time to listen. We don't take the time to ask. So in the intuitive masterminds, we're creating the tools that become skills. So the skill of that deep listening, the skill of, again, visualization. And this is a tip for us all to be using like right now, which is, what's it feel like, look like, sound like, whatever it is I want to create. And to be into the feeling as if it's already happened, to be in the vibration as if it's already happened. So I can feel it in my body right now. It's like, yeah, of course. And so in the masterminds, we're creating this to become a routine of retraining the mind so that we're thinking this way and we're changing our physiology to behave this way. So in the masterminds, it's an exciting 12-week program. It's 3 months, 1 quarter, where you're really practicing, like going to bed every night in this energy, waking up in this energy, and throughout your day going, it's like that excitement, that enthusiasm, and that creative potential within us. In the masterminds, we also build the tools of handling resistance, because we all have a glass ceiling. We reach our limit, which means, okay, I have to think bigger here. So we're learning tools, practicing that emotional intelligence of releasing, letting go, and leveraging that energy to move forward. So in the masterminds, people come as strangers and they leave as sometimes collaborative business partners, or definitely, I want to say, friends, and also this engagement of community that is global in being the change maker in your own life and bringing that passion into the world. And I believe certainly the people that are called to work with me, we're passionate. There is something inside me I'm here to do, and I'm determined to do it. And I'm going to work with like-minded people in creating this atmosphere of expansion, acceleration, support, opportunity, and creativity, so that by the time I'm ready to leave this life, I know I've done everything here I was supposed to do, and I've lived a life of joy. Because what's the point? Why are we here if we're not enjoying ourselves, building our businesses? And I have seen too many entrepreneurs burn out. I've done it myself in the past. And it's like, this is the new way of doing things. And we have the capacity to listen, and we have the capacity to do great things together.
Cheryl, that's so exciting. When I think of beginning entrepreneurs, some that have had their business for a while and maybe haven't gotten that lift they need yet, and some experienced entrepreneurs that say, is that all there is? So do you have different kinds of masterminds, or and do you have different levels that people are working at? Tell us a little bit more about that, of the kinds of masterminds.
Sure. Well, the business mastermind is my favorite because I'm working with business people that are really making change in the world. So it's like, okay, we're combining business with creativity and we're creating something that wasn't there before. I also have masterminds that are called the call to joy, because in the call to joy, it's, for example, many successful entrepreneurs or business people, and it's like, you know what, my business is doing great, but I want more fun in my life. And it's like, yeah, you know, we can get so caught up and got to do this, got to do that. And it's like, oh, what's it like to bring that spark of joy and that spark of awe and wonder? And so I also have those types of masterminds as well. And they're really designed to help us kind of get back to joy, get back to our core. And it sounds really simple, but it can actually be very elusive. If you're tired, if you're burnt out, or just, you know, especially after everything we've all been through, like, where do you start? Sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming. So the various masterminds that I run, I just invite people to contact me because they run at different times, and I'm currently updating my website. So,
well, let's take a look at that website right now. You have a beautiful website. And if someone's curious, if they go to your website, The Intuitive Life, and it's at intuitivelife.com. And you can see she has a lot here, and you can join your Resiliency in Life and get instant access to a mindfulness bonus report, which I actually signed up for myself. So I absolutely want to get that. And tell me, in future, are you going to be do you have a book? Is that on here yet? Do you have a book?
I'm currently writing a book.
Oh, you are? Good.
Yes. And the book is called Limitless, The Call to Joy in Life and Business, because again, and I had a recent out-of-body death experience that I'm writing about in the book, where if we're not coming from love, if we're not coming from peace, if we're not coming from joy in every thought that we think or every action that we take, then we've missed the point. And so that's what I think. If there was something unique about the work I do, it's like really, really integrating that. Again, it sounds simple or easy to do, but you know, when push comes to shove, it's like, well, how do I really do that? And so when we make our goal peace, then you know what? That is such a powerful tool to create massive change and ensure the joy, the creativity, and the grit and the tenacity that we need to stay present. So that's what my book is about. And
that's so exciting. That's so exciting. Yeah. I cannot wait to read your book. And I think as it comes out, we're going to have to do this again, Cheryl, and talk about the book for sure. And the upcoming mastermind, I just want to tell everyone that I myself will be masterminding with Cheryl Brewster, because just being in her presence we just had fun, a coffee, virtual tea. In that 1 hour, I literally felt different. I felt joyful. I felt hopeful. This past year and a half has been a challenging year for many, many people. And even if it's a good change, it's still change. And it's, how do you deal with that, you know? And how do you deal with, I've got mine, but what all these other people around us don't have theirs? And how can we ripple effect this out? And I think what I know I'm going to be learning from the mastermind is how to ripple out that joy, that I'm grounded too. And if I'm grounded, the people around me can be grounded and enjoy. I really believe that. And in that, just this interview alone, the feelings in my body are happy. I just feel joy and happiness. And I know that one tool you just shared with us earlier, I will take that today and work with that. I think that's the whole thing of just using the tools that were offered and really use them consistently until it's just in us.
Exactly.
And then we will be anything can come along and we can go, I can deal with that. I can handle that. I can climb that mountain. I can go to the valley and know that I can climb the mountain.
Oh, Bonnie, you just said it so well, because you know what, you know, with in my own life, and certainly with the people I talk to, it's like, when you've gone through challenge, it's like there's that lingering waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? And it's like, so we're really expanding our capacity to know that we can handle whatever comes along, and we're also increasing our capacity for ourselves to feel good inside no matter what happens. And that's a very proactive way to live. And it's so rewarding. And then we have, in the times that we need the grit, it's worth the effort. And I use the example of, Bannister broke the 4-minute mile, and they asked him, how did you do that? And he said, relentless visualization. And that's why I'm so keen on this, because when we're relentless in this, I can handle whatever comes my way. And relentless in that, it's like, wow, now we've totally changed our perspective. Our perspective does create our reality. We're no longer living in fear. We are living in enthusiasm. We're living in being grounded. We're living in being peaceful. We're living in being so empowered. And it's our time. It's our time.
So what I also just heard you say is, we're not living in the past.
Yes.
We're not living in the future. We're living right now.
Yes.
Each day, right now.
Yes.
That's what I'm hearing you say too, is we can how to release the past. We've already been through that. We actually don't know what's coming tomorrow, but whatever's coming, we now have hope that we can deal with it tomorrow. But right today, we know we can handle it. And I so look forward to the mastermind, and the book is just juicy waiting for us right now. And we're gonna do this again soon. And for everyone, go to Cheryl's website and check it out. Sign up for her offer there, and just go through it. You're going to learn some things right away just from going through her website. I know that to be true. So any last parting words, Cheryl?
Well, thank you so much for this opportunity. I so enjoyed meeting you. I will add that my website is having my calendar link added. It's not there yet, but I'm always happy to hear from people to see what's going on for you. How can I support you? And so
so the best way right now is email, and to connect with you. And then I know you're out there networking, and we'll see you on some of the networking platforms out there. And just thank you again so much for coming to StoryVan TV.
Yeah.
We love your story.
So we're going to play the video again on the out, and then you can stay on. And so here we go. There we go.